Up with his priest, Sooni opening up with Rogue. And interesting, Pavel is choosing to keep the Loot Hoarder here. Shadow Earth Death and Auto keep, but Loot Hoarder an interesting one.
It draws cards, follows the kind of orange line of thought that you were talking about last series. Every card is meant to get towards that win condition.
Indeed, and this does help you to trade at least into one minion. Northside Cleric off the top. How do you feel? Do you want to take it on?
I feel like you play it, personally. I feel like you want to contest the board, even if it's just with the one attack minion. It also puts the pressure on Sooni to actually deal with it right now. Sooni may need to play this Cold Blood.
I think he may. Very interesting decision to have to make.
He can play the Flame Elemental and the Cold Blood to turn this into a 5-2. And then it's then a 5-1 that Pavel actually won't be able to deal with.
Yeah, I think that looks like a good line. He will be scared of Spirit Lash, of course, but is it even that bad?
It's not that bad, because if Pavel's playing Spirit Lash, he's not putting anything else on the board, and in theory, it leaves Sooni's Flame Elemental alive.
And then there's the question of, do you trade or do you go face? Because if you leave the 1-2 there for the North Side to hit and you've gone face, and the North Side does the hit and heal thing, you can go face for another 5.
That's true. That is a good point. I hadn't considered that. My instinct was that you just trade.
Yeah, I was thinking you trade, but
let's see what Sooni does.
Thinking about it, if he goes face here, he's kind of snookers Pavel into having to take another 5.
Pavel gets Raza. That's going to be great in a few turns. But right now, I don't know what Pavel does. Maybe he tries to go for a silence from his... I don't know. This is horrible.
Radiant Elemental.
Potion of Madness. Okay, Potion of Madness is the answer. Radiant Elemental, coin, Shadow Visions, Potion of Madness.
Oh, you'd actually use the coin, okay.
Yeah.
Slows down your Raza.
I think he has to, though. He can't just keep taking 5 damage at this early point in the game.
I can certainly see it. It was definitely on my mind as an option. He has got Shadow Earth Death next turn, though.
The only problem with the play that I described is that if you don't get offered the Potion of Madness from the Shadow Visions, and it's not, it's not a high chance by any means. There are a lot of spells in this deck. If you don't get offered it, then that play just doesn't work.
So he is going to go with a slower play. He's going to Shadow Earth Death and then possibly coin Raza. As I said in the last round, coining Raza is a feels bad man moment, but at the moment I feel like he's going to end up having to do it. And Sooni not falling into the trap there of trying to save the SI, just developing it as a minion.
And see what he finds with the Shadow Visions. There is the Potion of Madness. Oh, no, it's not. Sorry. They got the colors confused.
Yeah, it's really simple. I think you just take the Dragonfire Potion here. You're okay. Yeah. Your health lasts longer than you think it does in this match, as long as you stay above about 14. When you start going below 14, you start bringing Leroy, Shadow Step into play. But you do get it back when you get Raza down.
Sooni just has complete control for the time being.
Yeah, he really does.
He just traded that SI7 into the Radiant Elemental. He's just deciding if he wants patches to come out now or not.
Yeah, he will be terrified of that Spirit Lash, but...
Oh, and that's better than the SI7 trade as well. You just trade the Deckhand in.
Yeah, this is much nicer. It plays on Spirit Lash as well, which is what he's scared of. Do you put the patches or your face in here?
The face, right?
That's what he's not sure about.
He's got 30 health. I can't think of any reason not to put the face. Like, I know Spirit Lash is a thing, but even so, the punish is so minor.
Yeah, if the weapon was 1-1, I think you put the patches in. As the weapon's 1-2.
No, now I'm just confused.
Yeah, if you're going to use the weapon anyway, then you've got to force them to... Oh, they don't want the patches getting stolen. It's fine. He's playing on Potion Madness.
Okay, good spot. Yeah, that is the reason.
So, yeah,
very nicely played then.
Yeah.
Very nicely played.
All right, so he can keep the board under control, but he's just choosing to get as much in as possible now.
Pavel's on 8 health, 7 if the weapon goes in. Do we just tempo Varspine?
I mean, he's already tempo SI7. He's got Shadow Step if things go wrong. He's going to...
Okay, all right. Now he gets the 1 mana 2 damage later on as well. This is very nice.
Yeah, and puts lethal on the board.
So Pavel is going to have to Shadow Word Death. Oh, he could play Kazakus. Kazakus, 1 mana potion, deal 3 to 1, deal 2 to everything. That would deal with this board. And in theory, the chance of getting both of those options is actually quite high.
Yeah.
On 1 mana, there's no freeze, there's no polymorph to clog up the options.
And if you get through this turn, you have Priest of the Feast and coins and maybe Shadow Word Death on like a Kobold or something, a Scalebane. So yeah, he's going to go for what you said, and then he's going to play Priest of the Feast next turn.
Both options come up there. Deal 2 on the left, deal 3 in the middle. He needs to take one and hope the other pops up next turn.
Yeah.
I guess armor isn't so bad if he gets the deal 3 or deal 2 now. The left one is deal... Is the left one deal 2? I can't tell.
There's no number on the left one.
Yeah, it's someone at 2-2, okay. It's not what he wanted.
Well, he's still alive.
Just, yeah.
But next turn he has decent option with Priest of the Feast.
He has Priest of the Feast, or he has Dragonfire Potion, depending on what Sooni develops here.
And the Priest of the Feast might stick. This is a big deal if it does.
There's not... If Sooni put a big threat down here, then Priest of the Feast, coin, Shadow Word Death would have been a great play for
Yeah, it really
Pavel.
would, but Sooni hasn't got a big threat.
Yeah.
Sooni goes super wide here and try and force AoE. If he does, he's going to have a guaranteed Bone Mare target. Pavel going so low on health here, but he has got a chance still.
All right, Sooni has decided he needs to push everything that he can into the face. Pavel down to 2, Bone Mare in Sooni's hand.
Can't see any sensible plays here for Pavel. I can now.
Pain really cleans this up. Oh my goodness. Priest of the Feast, Pain even used the coin to
Yeah,
heal
you
for
do.
3.
You use the coin here. Why wouldn't you?
So that heals you for 6. You're on 8. You clear everything except the Firefly. That's...
You take 7 in the face, but if you take it in the face, then your Priest of the Feast lives. So Sooni has to mess around killing off the Priest of the Feast, I think. Unless he draws like a way to win, which he could well do.
I think Pavel takes 6 next turn. So he pains the 3-4, trades into the 3-3. The 1 plus the 4 is 5, and then the 6 is the dagger. Priest of the Feast.
Well, Pavel also will be considering, do I think he's got it? So he can also play Raza, Coin, Shadow Word Pain.
Yeah.
Kills 2 of the minions, puts himself on 4, and hope they don't have Bone Mare. That's why he's taking so long over an apparently obvious play.
The problem is even Leroy Jenkins is just lethal here. It's,
well, there's nothing you can do about that one.
Yeah, no, you're right.
But the Bone Mare thing, he can choose to gamble and play a slightly better setup turn.
Sorry, 7 Agent is lethal next turn. Not quite finishing the job just yet. So Sooni having to decide whether he needs to make this trade.
And the Dragonfire is going to do some good work here.
Pavel's really turned this around.
This deck is so powerful. Now, can Pavel do anything else that doesn't involve Dragonfire? He's got the Shadow Word Death and a heal if he wants it. But no, I think the play is Dragonfire, then next turn you play Raza and Shadow Word Death if your opponent plays anything worth killing. And if he doesn't, you've stabilized.
Okay. Oh my goodness, this is so close. Sooni just needs a few more resources. Even if he could pick up a Swashbuckler or something here for that Shadow Step.
Well, at the moment, it's lethal next turn.
Yeah.
Because he can't stop the Shadow
Step.
Shadow something. At
Shadow
the moment,
Word
there's
Step.
no way to stop all this. And I can't see, he's going to... Am I right? He's going to have to get lucky with the Glimmer Root or he's dead?
Yeah, I can't see... It's not like he can even play a spell with Pyromancer and
Like,
Acolyte.
get rid of 2 things that way in Acolyte, so... He won't play around Shadow Step, most likely, either. So he might just be dead by virtue of playing properly here, and he is indeed going to be dead. And Sooni is off to a 1-0 lead for Korea versus the world.
That was a very aggressive game from Sooni all the way through. He managed to get the win just before running out of resources.
1-0. Pavel did go dangerously low there. Looked to have turned the corner, but he held on to that Shadow Word Death a very long time, and it's still in his hand now.
The Kazakus potion wasn't quite good enough.
Gutting, and a very bad spot for Pavel to be in. So if he's going to continue his comebacks, he's going to have to do it.
Pavel on the zoo this time. Oh, okay. Well, that's kind of a polarizing hand.
Again, that's twice he's had Kellis every patches, and you would take it.
Yeah, you would. Sooni picks up Anduin already. If Sooni can get a Pyromancer, then Cleric Circle is going to do some amazing things.
Kelliseth raises your win rate like 25%.
Yeah.
Patches only lowers it by about 15.
Sure.
So it's a net positive, I think. I'd like to be able to break it down so you can check with both in your hand what it does, but I think it's a net positive.
It sounds right to me. Both is obviously, both are the good things. Both are the positive results. Not during patches and during Kelliseth is even better because it means you pull the 2/2 patches out of your deck, which is even better. But I'd say during a 2/6 Councilman to play on turn 3, that works pretty nicely.
It does. Now, the question is, do you think you ever get through this easily, or do you just get on with it and sacrifice your 2 minions?
Do you ever play everything else? Buff up the Flame Imp twice,
Oh, that's
trade
an idea.
that in. The problem is you've got so many cheap minions, you'd like to play those after Councilman.
So yeah, you would. And I think he's going to. He's going to trade them in. This means he can set up a 4 power Councilman next turn. Blah, blah, Priest, 4, attack, all that. Probably where he wants to be.
So Sooni can't actually pull out Shadow Word Pain and play it this turn. Not quite. The numbers don't add up.
I think he's looking at this North to Cleric in this circle, though. It's one of the most powerful interactions in our whole deck. And yeah, he may Shadow Visions just to see what's offered and take a view.
Inner Fire.
Give yourself a 5/5.
Oh, of course, it's the Hemet build. I got really confused myself.
Yeah, I mean,
for
the
a
deck
second
is just
there.
playing like a Highlander deck, right? Everything in it apart from the Tar Creeper is
I
absolutely standard.
totally forgot that it was the Hemet build, and I really got confused for a second there. Okay, we're back on track.
So, hard to know which one to take. Divine Spirit's very good against Zoom, but so's Inner Fire.
Inner Fire almost gets the job done this turn. Oh, you can't attack with it, though.
Right, but the Divine Spirit means you repeatedly get rid of things for the whole game.
It's true.
So it's difficult to know what to do.
Inner Fire, gonna play it now. Okay. Councilman will be able to deal with that next turn.
Pavel knows there's not much chance of getting Inner Fire in the face with the Divine Spirit right now, though, now.
Right.
He knows it's probably not coming, which means he's got some time. And like you say, this Councilman's just going to take care of it, most likely.
Not wasting the extra damage there. No need. The Councilman does enough. He's hoping there's no Spirit Lash or something like that, but I don't think that this deck would run Spirit Lash.
No, it wouldn't normally, I don't think. So he should be good. It does play quite a lot of AoE. It might play like a Nova or
Oh,
something.
Pyromancer is the fear here. The real fear.
Yeah. But none of that is there. And Sooni's actually in a bit of a tough spot.
Sooni has struggled a little bit with this Priest today. Obviously, there was that first game against Orange, not against Orange, against Sol Derby, that went a little bit wrong.
Yeah, complicated combo decks, if you're going to feel the pressure, are definitely not the way forward. But he has used this deck all the way through qualifying and done very well with it. So changing a winning formula is also a bad plan. So I'm happy for him to be playing this. But he does need to be careful of using his time. We saw that horrible turn in the semi-finals. Wants to make sure he doesn't do that again.
Well, a 5-mana 5/6 with that effect is pretty strong. Councilman going to keep smacking the face until Sooni deals with it.
Yeah, Sooni's got to do something. And there's not much he can do.
He can reset the Councilman, so that it's got one attack
Sure.
within a fire. Not a play you see very often, might be necessary here.
Yeah, it might well be. Funny thing here is that Sooni really wants to heal that councilman, but he doesn't want to.
So maybe he plays the inner fire first, then heals it. He's really thinking about it. You've seen him hover over the card twice now.
He's getting, that's 2 inner fires gone. There's only 1 left.
Right.
So now Pavel really has free reign to beat the combo, the silence combo part of the deck. Well,
Sooni wants to get to his other win condition in this matchup, I think.
now he's going to have to get that Hemet to have any chance. Pavel's just going to keep hitting him and not worry about it, I think.
Sooni's thinking, why didn't I have that silence earlier? Could have just silenced the councilman, still would have had 1 attack.
Well, Pavel is going to have 1 awkward turn and then Bone Mare.
Yeah.
So like you say, this was just a reset on the councilman. It is going to come back at you.
This is very nice with the Despicable Dreadlord, though. Patches just deals with the cleric, everything else goes face.
Yeah, this game was very difficult for Sooni. The second he had to throw out that cleric, not much was going on.
Even Dragonfire Potion is just not good enough.
Anduin's 2 turns away. There's Raza, but...
You can't activate it, though. You play it as a 5/5 and that's all.
Yeah.
Sooni is still digging. Is there something in this deck that can save him? No.
No, that doesn't do it. No, can't even save himself on the board.
All right, Hearthstone World Champion Pavel going to take game number 2.
Korea 1, World 1 in the final of the Korea versus World Super Fight here at WGL 2017. Is Pavel going to get it done?
Well, he's even the playing field, and I would have to say I think he's the favorite. I mean, he's obviously the favorite. I say I think. I don't think there's any question whatsoever.
I was asking, like, is he? Not do you think?
Yeah.
Trying to force you off that fence of yours, but I couldn't do it.
Players looking very calm right now.
All right. He's going to take on the Druid.
Okay, North Cleric coming down on turn 1. Feels pretty good when Pavel has absolutely nothing in the hand to play. He's got no Wild Growth, no Jade Blossom. He's got Maya Keeper, but that's not until turn 4.
He's got his own silence, so Sooni doesn't kill him in 1 turn. That could be an accident waiting to happen later. But yeah, nothing at all happening here for Pavel until next turn. But it will get going pretty crazily after that with all the Jades going to start coming into play.
Okay, pointing out Maya Keeper into Maya Keeper is good. He needs a Nourish, he needs an Ultimate Infestation, he needs something. Pavel's start has been so weak.
It really has, and looking at the other side, Sooni with Lyra in his hand already. That could be used to generate a whole load of stuff to get going. And he's going to start drawing cards as well. The silence is going to be crucial, I think, here from Pavel.
Circle of Healing is looking amazing for Sooni. 0 mana, draw 3 cards already. Powered Shield gets picked up.
Yeah, when you're playing 2 combo decks in the same deck, drawing 3 or 4 cards is insane.
Inner Fire, also playable this turn.
Getting everything ready. There's Anduin as well, so this is all weather. There's Anduin to deal with.
The only real problem I can see with Sooni's deck is that Raza is a dead card until after Hemet. And the problem is if you get it early, you just have to sit with it. Or play it as a 5/5 that does nothing.
Yeah, not ideal, some of the setups in the deck. Quite a lot of anti-synergy, which is why it doesn't always flow smoothly.
Jade Spirit Mark of the Lotus doesn't look bad.
I think you might have to Maya Keep. If you don't do it now, maybe you never do it.
That's true.
But Pavel's just thinking, I die to 28 from this Tar Creeper. Do I risk it? But if you don't risk it now, you never ramp with it.
we've seen Sooni win games this early with combos or we've seen Silence Priest generally win games this early.
Yeah, when Silence Priest was a big thing, this was just a regular way to beat Druid. You beat it with Silence Priest over and over.
The problem is Sooni's board is so wide and so healthy that
Pavel's going for a wide board himself here.
I'm intrigued as to why he went with the Mire Keeper as opposed to the Jade Spirit, buffing up all future Jade Golems. There's Hemet.
So, Sooni, which way are you going to go with this? You've got a load of decisions to make, and they're all difficult.
Now he's drawn Hemet. He's probably not going to be trying to win with the Silence Priest combo. So instead, I like this. Control the board, make your cleric nice and big, keep drawing cards, set up the Hemet next turn to win the game a few turns after.
Yeah, it seems to be where he's going with it for sure. So Pavel's got a long-term plan now. Kun gives him a very good play going forward, a very good board turn swing, but he's just got to keep all these minions on low enough health. Against the old Silence Priest, you used to have to just attack into their things every turn.
Yeah.
And like here, Pavel's taking that extra damage because that 1 health can turn into 4 attack.
Yeah. It's looking much more comfortable for Pavel now. The swipe worked out very nicely. Can't quite deal with that, but I like putting the damage in.
Yeah, you just keep taking it down.
Now Hemet comes down instantly, blowing up that deck. There's going to be an Elise and a Raza left. I'm not sure what else in Sooni's deck,
And
though.
Pavel knows the lineup. They were talking about this backstage.
Yeah.
He knows there's no Benedictus. He knows it is Elise as the finisher.
I think it is just Elise and Raza left, actually.
Yeah, there may be 1 or 2 spells like a shield hanging around or something.
They can't. Hemet blew it up.
Sorry, yeah, the other way. Sorry, Dragonfire or something.
Yeah, that's in the
Is he only
hand.
playing the 1?
I believe you have to only play 1 because otherwise Raza doesn't work.
Sure.
Hemet doesn't blow them up, so you need the Highlander
Yeah, you
on
don't
the,
want
on
to
the top
Dragonfire
end.
your own stuff. That would make sense.
So as far as I'm aware, Raza should now be the last card.
Okay.
I missed if the
Yeah, I wasn't...
if the emote happened.
I was too busy trying to work out Pavel's hand, how he gets out of this. So yeah, just looking through, you do just play 1 of all the big spells, which makes sense, but it's also really weakens the deck as well.
Yeah. In theory, you can get a second one with the Shadow Visions, but now Sooni, it's his chance to put on the aggression. Unfortunately, Anduin blows up all of his big cards.
Yeah, Anduin's going to be very close to just killing Pavel, but it's not just going to happen just yet. And this can gain Pavel 10 armor, don't forget.
Yep.
And he knows that Sooni has no threats because Sooni has blown his own threats up. It's not quite like that. There's Lyra, there's Elise, but...
The mana cost of this hand is not nice. Like, I think Pavel would like to play Aya and Swipe this turn, ideally.
Yep.
But 9 mana, so maybe it's Nourish and Swipe. Pavel's running an Earthen Scales, don't forget. I'm not sure if that's relevant or not.
I don't even know at this point. I think it's relevant. It's very relevant. If you can get that, it's a lot of armor to get him out of the zone. This Priest, another of the issues with this Priest deck is it does have limited damage. Even normal Highlander Priest can be run out of damage with some armor against it.
Yeah.
Let alone one where you've just destroyed all your cards.
There's the Earthen Scales. Not good enough here, though.
Yeah, it's not relevant now. You say, is it relevant? I think it is relevant, but whether it survives long enough to be relevant, we've got to wait and see. 9 damage required. Not quite there yet. But
Does Sooni play Anduin and blow up that Hemet? Nope, he's going to play Elise instead. I like this more.
So, look at what Pavel's options are. There's so many options, and none of them seem that great.
No, I'm racking my brain, but Spreading Plague might be the best he's got. Jay Behemoth's not a bad draw,
That
actually.
looks interesting.
Malfurion would have been a pretty good draw as well. Actually, Malfurion would be fantastic because he could start gaining armor.
This is interesting because Pavel wants to play the Kun as a 7/7 as a way of dealing with this board.
Yeah.
It'll force Sooni to have to play his Anduin. But he also wants it for 10 armor. He really wants to find a way to kill these without having to Kun for untap. But I don't think he can do it. I think he might just have to play it as a minion.
All right, Pavel's made his decision. He's got the mana crystals back. Going to put up the taunt. He can Earthen Scales the Kun. Up to 17 again.
Okay.
That's probably the best play he could come up with. He's still kind of safe when it comes to Anduin, because Anduin would blow up more of Sooni's minions than Pavel's.
Yeah, 17 is a decent health total. He does need to get that Malfurion to get some more health. There's presumably 2 Ultimate Infestations in here chilling somewhere. They would help rather a lot.
That's true. And it's not the first series we've seen today, well, this weekend at least, where Ultimate Infestation just hasn't been picked up.
Right. All right, so it's shooting time.
Wow.
Soon he is going to start getting that damage in there, and he's got to go face fairly soon.
Well, he's got a lot of extra damage thanks to this pack. Let's see what it gets him.
Very important pack in Sooni's life.
2 Kalimos and Swamp King Dread?
Okay.
What am I looking at right now?
Not so sure.
That is a huge pack from Sooni. Literally, the mana cost of all of these cards is 7 or greater.
Yeah, that's just not what he wanted right now, although the 2 Kalimos might be interesting.
Oh, it's kind of good, but also kind of horrible.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting how that plays out. Obviously, the Kalimos capable of just doing damage straight to face.
If Pavel picks up an Earthen Scales, he buys time, but Sooni can now be Big Priest.
8 health remaining for Pavel. He's got to juggle not dying with actually putting some pressure on so he can kill Sooni in minimum time. He knows that Sooni doesn't have many cheap spells. Whatever was in his hand, that's it. Sooni does have lethal at the moment. Or close to it.
He's so close, though. Like, ping, Swamp King Dread, ping, a Shadow of Death, ping, that's 6 damage. That's 2 off.
Pavel's got to do something. Now Fury, it might be too late. The rope's burning away. Pavel needs to be quick. All right, so he got most of his turn in there. He's up to 9.
It's only just not lethal, yeah. It's really close.
Yeah, if he could just steal something, he'd be fine.
If Pavel had played a big minion, it would have been lethal, because ping in a fire, ping, death, ping, dragonfire potion, ping. That would have been 8 damage. Okay, not quite lethal. He's got 9 health, but we are really close.
I mean, he's got 8 now, right? He's got smite to face his 4, 2 from his ping.
There's no smite.
Oh, what's the 1 drop? Oh, that's the inner fire.
Yeah.
Okay. Yellow corner, cost 1. My bad. So I think you just play the Mammoth here. You don't really want to play Dread because of Aya.
Well, time grows short. Sooni needs to make a decision now. He's going to start pinging the face. First, Kalimos comes down.
Yeah.
Don't forget, the second one is going to be capable of dealing 6 damage on top of the 2 pings. So that's 10 damage at least Sooni has next turn.
Yeah,
he can
so
also play Inner Fire. That's 12 damage next turn.
Can't see any way that Pavel can get out of it.
I think this game's over. Sooni gets it done with the priest.
Korea going to take a 2-1 lead in the final here, and Pavel is going to have to do it from behind again if he's going to save the world's. He's going to save the world. If he's going to
Save the world, Pavel! Come on.
Might not be the hero we asked for, but he's the hero we deserve. I'm not sure that's good or bad.
Malfurion is close, but man, that pack from Sooni, 2 Kalimos and Swamp King Dread. I don't think I've ever seen 3 legendaries come from it.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. And the pack is juiced up, but not quite that much.
And an epic. 3 legendaries and an epic.
Seems good, man. Well, mixing up my Twitch emotes now. No way for him to get this done.
Well, Pavel's actually, he can armor up. He's got 13 health. I believe Sooni has 12 damage.
So, because he played Malfurion. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, no, because the Potion of Madness as well. It's still lethal.
Okay, cool.
Ping, Kalimos, 6 damage. Ping, Potion of Madness. Ping, Inner Fire. Ping. That's 14 damage, if I've counted correctly. Oh, 15 because you get the attack on the spider. 16 because you actually get the buff on the spider. It's plenty more than lethal.
Yeah, I thought it was, and then I realised I hadn't actually checked for the 5 armor.
Yeah.
So you scared me.
No, I hadn't checked either, so...
But it's 2-1 to Sooni. He needs 1 more win, and he will have come through not only stars.
Potential. Oh, God, I've lost my words. Possibly the final game of Hearthstone of this tournament. Mana Worm is present in Sooni's opening hand and the Kirin Tor Mage as well.
No secret, though. That's just going to be the one thing that gives Pavel a chance of holding tight here. Oh, there it is.
Could you hear that? Could you hear that? Should we just let the audience do the casting for us this game?
I think most of Twitch chat have just shouted yes in unison. They are the audience for us. What can Pavel do to stop this crazy-looking start?
Yeah,
he needs AoE really urgently if he's going to take this lot down.
Yeah, Potion of Madness would have been good too, but again, the math doesn't quite check out. He needs to Potion of Madness the Mana Worm, then play a spell, then trade it in. He doesn't have the mana to do all of that.
Pavel, one of the few players who will take a drink even when he's not necessarily winning. Just making sure he's getting the maximum time on this turn. His turn is absolutely key to the entire game.
Yeah, one of the more difficult turns that we've seen today. I don't even want to start predicting where he goes with it.
Well, his end game is not good right now. Like, you could Shadow Visions and try and get yourself a Dragonfire potion for much later, because he hasn't got any expensive stuff right now. Or the other play is to challenge the board now and just hope that the Mana Worm can't kill this. If this gets Frostbolted is what he's scared of.
But this is just snowballing out of control for Sooni. There is still the coin in Pavel's hand. Obviously, Sooni still decided that the counterspell was worth playing because of the tempo with the Kirin Tor Mage. But
it's guess time. Is it counterspell? Is it mirror? Those cards are so opposite to each other.
Oh, no! Maybe Pavel assumed it was mirror because he knows he's got the coin in hand. Thought Sooni would play around it. It's gone wrong. Pavel wasting one of his best resources, and now he is not going to be able to take this board. Whoa! Stop myself. There's the combo.
Yep. He is playing this. This is where this discussion was with Orange, where he still plays a combo, Orange does not. And there is the cleared board for Pavel.
So Sooni has the option to just throw both of these minions on the board, but that is very weak to Potion of Madness. I feel like every single play Sooni's making, I'm saying, but if Pavel had Potion of Madness, that's a pretty strong card.
Yeah, he's probably fairly sure it's not there by now. So he just has to go ahead of it anyway. But Pavel now should be able to...
Yeah, this is looking good now.
Get straight into this.
Dragonfire Potion is very nice to have. Better Tide Hydra could pose a problem for Pavel if it's drawn now.
Yeah, it needs to be immediate though. Pavel's about to just get going. All these cards represented on the board as well now.
Sooni has to consider frostbolting this. But is it worth it?
I mean, Pavel can't trigger it as long as it's just sat there on its own. So if you crossbolt it and you play on Medivh's Valet, you need to get that Valet on the board. Sooni's trying to get the extra 3 damage out of it. I don't think you can. I think you just get it down there. But it's not fun. You've done the start of this game. Nowhere near enough damage. Yeah, and this is what he's going to go for, and it's no fun at all. Right, great pickups here for Pavel. Gives him so many options to how he wants to proceed. I wouldn't be totally surprised if he just dumps Lyra on the board after seeing that Frostbolt last turn. Lyra, Cleric, go. What are you going to do?
I mean, if Sooni did not have the removal, Lyra would just single-handedly win the game. As it happens, Sooni does have the removal, but that's all he has.
The other problem is Pavel doesn't have a spell. Not one that you want to cast with Lyra anyway.
Chances are he'd get one very soon, though.
Yeah.
The Cleric would allow him to probably draw a card. Well, I guess the Medivh's Valet and the ping would happen, but...
The only problem if you play your Soul Priest, which is the other play that looks okay, is there may be some lines where Sooni just doesn't kill it.
Okay.
And just burns your face off, and you never heal again.
I think I don't mind the Soul Priest play regardless, because you can just keep trading it into things.
I like this the best.
But this works, yeah, this is nice.
Actually, I'm not sure I like the Cleric coming down, but sure.
Okay, Sooni needed that really badly. There's a Mana Worm, there's a Primordial Glyph. What does he want from this glyph? Something like a Firelands Portal?
He wants...
A Kabbalist Tome.
Yeah, I was going to say, maybe you want Kabbalist Tome for the first time in your life.
An Arcane Intellect, something that just generates more value.
Firelands might be enough.
What about the 8 mana, play every secret in your deck card?
No, you only got 2, and you need to be... You're not dying anytime soon, so you don't need Counterspell on Mirror.
I believe that Sooni ran Spellbender as well.
Sure, I mean, okay, so you get 3 secrets within your deck, but you still don't actually impact the board.
Yeah, it's true.
So I feel like you don't do that.
It depends what the other options are.
Sure.
This is one of those situations where it might actually be a consideration for once.
Yeah.
Glacial Mysteries? Is that it?
Yeah, that sounds right. Probably the worst pickup for Pavel there, the Mind Blast.
It allows him to go off with Lyra.
But this is like a fantastic pickup. There's no hurry now.
Yeah.
As long as he can get rid of his own Soul Priest. So now Sooni has a plan. Now he can Primordial for Pyroblast.
Yep, that's true.
And by hanging on that extra turn, he had a lot more information for this plan.
None of these are good. Counterspell seems to be the best of a bad bunch here.
So Pavel can destroy the Soul Priest at any time. Let's just point this out with his own Dragonfire.
Yep.
So there's no danger of Sooni doing that thing that you do that I mentioned last turn.
Yep.
So you leave it up. I feel if Sooni doesn't go face here, he never wins this game of Hearthstone. Tempting though it is and annoying though it is to leave up this Soul Priest.
Do you think he throws both secrets down?
Yes.
I think he does as well. I think that really slows Pavel down, actually. The problem is, if you play Mirror Entity, and Pavel plays something big, you give him something to trade the Arcanine into.
Yeah, I think if he does play them both, I think we just see Mind Blast into Dragonfire, clear the board and wait anyway.
True.
But I don't think you've got any option but to get them down. He doesn't even need to do all that. It's Lyra time.
Okay, so Lyra summons the Lyra on the other side of the board. Mind Blast gets Counterspell, Potion of Madness, allows Pavel to take out... Oh, no.
Interesting.
That's the second time Pavel has played into a Counterspell this game.
Yeah, I think the first one was deliberate. I'm not sure this one was.
Okay.
I'm not even sure on the first one, but the first one seemed
Well, the
like
first one,
planned.
you're right. It made sense with the pint-sized horror play afterwards.
Whereas this one, I wonder if this is his mind all along. I guess it was. If you're taking down the Lyra, it's fine, yeah.
Okay.
He needs something with 6 health.
Oh, dear.
Collective, massive sigh goes up because this is going to get cleaned up.
Velen as well is a massive draw for Pavel.
Right.
He's got the Mind Blast in hand. He's actually just going to heal himself and say to Sooni, hey, deal with this. And actually, Sooni can deal with it. He's got that Fireball.
He can deal with it, but he now has to put that Fireball into Velen. He can't. Pavel was playing around double Fireball to face there, I think.
Yeah.
12, 14, yeah, that would have been enough. So just making sure he got out of range.
Right.
I think. And now there's Anduin. I think he'll be happy to Anduin next turn. Now he has Priest of Feast in hand.
Now Pavel just has everything he needs to win this game. Sooni has nothing that he needs to win this game. I think, Lorinda. Oh no, Anduin just kills it.
Yeah.
I think that we may be going all the way to game 5 here.
And it would make a lot of sense. We're taking on the whole world with Korea. We need to go to game 5, see exactly how this is going to end.
Yeah, Pavel just has everything now.
Yeah, not much to say other than it's going to be Mage versus Druid in the last game.
Tempo Mage versus Jade Druid.
Okay. Well, this is now just a case of going through the motions mainly.
We must be close to a concede here. I think especially when the Kazakas comes down.
Yeah, do Kazakas for 10 or for 1. 1 heals you now, 10 wins the game later. 5, yeah,
there
sure.
it is. Pavel takes game number 4. We are going all the way to the final game of this final series of the Hearthstone Super Fight, Korea versus the world.
Yeah, it's going to be Druid for Pavel. They sure know how to put on a show out here in Korea.
Yeah.
Let's finish the show. Let's finish it in style. And the crowd are already going nuts because they've seen the Mana Worm.
Mana Worm, Glyph, Arcane Intellect. These are pretty good cards.
Do you keep the Maya Keeper? Seems a bit slow. Kept the Wrath on the Maya Keeper. That's good. That gets you to turn 4.
This works for Pavel. He's got the Jade Idol, the Wrath to deal with the Mana Worm. I like it.
Yeah, then he gets to turn 4. He's got turn 6. He is going to trust the deck.
Second Mana Worm. It's going to get coined out. There's no reason to hold on to it. Double Glyph potentially next turn for Sooni. Pavel can only deal with one of them. Does Pavel even deal with it?
I don't even know.
Maybe he has to... He's going to Wild Growth. These Mana Worms are going to go out of control.
All right, so lethal is just Glyph into Glyph into Glyph into Glyph. Half as many times as usual, and he wins the game. Miss lethal.
Miss lethal, right. But now it's another hard decision for Pavel. Can he afford to Wrath? Does he have to Maya Keeper? Can
I think he
afford to
made
Maya
the
Keeper?
decision last turn.
Yeah, I think he
I think
did.
he's Maya Keepering.
Look at that. Pavel has already decided his win condition. He's playing to it.
All right, so second turn. Can Sooni Glyph into Glyph into Glyph? I don't think you even go for it, to be fair.
Maybe you just Arcane Intellect.
That makes far more sense.
Well, Glyph could potentially be +4 damage, though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Glyph plus Mirror Image. Imagine a Mirror Image from this Glyph.
Pretty insane.
Or a Secret.
Let's go for it.
Counterspell, for example. A Spellbender looks good to me.
It does. That's going to protect the Mana Worm. The crowd absolutely loving that.
The Wrath is not going to find its target. Yeah, the Maya Keeper can deal with one, but Pavel has no way of dealing with the second.
And he doesn't know if it's counterspell, so he cannot Spreading Plague. Maybe he can. He can Spreading Plague and trade into one of them and then do it again next turn.
Oh, you're paying 6 mana for a 1/5 taunt.
This is a card that came from a Glyph. It's not in the deck. It could be any secret.
So you...
No, Pavel's going to play around the counterspell.
He's about to get the bad news. Huge round of applause from the audience. This game means everything.
And Sooni has just got more gas still to come. This is not the end of the gas. Pavel's going to have to get there with these two spreading plagues and draw something soon. But the 4-mana Crystal Runner now, it's only turn 4. Pavel has 1,000,000 mana, and Sooni's played 1,000,005 attack minions.
Okay, this Mana Worm's reign of terror is going to come to an end, but now there's a 5/5 on the board.
Yeah, the pain just doesn't stop. When Tempo Mage does get rolling, it does go completely nuts. Pavel could have stopped it, but it wouldn't have been worth it. And again, he's presented with a difficult trouble. Looking for his second Wrath, that would help him so much right now.
These cards just aren't helpful.
They're not.
Sooni is so close to just taking this entire tournament. Second Firelands.
Plenty of damage, but he chooses not to use it. Guess he just doesn't want to make a 2-drop. Now he's going to have to anyway, so it works out fine. I think I was really working.
We haven't even mentioned that there's an Antonidas in this deck. Okay, so now Pavel can probably Spreading Plague. Or has to, rather. But Meteor is going to eat up one. The Medea's Valet eats up the second. 5 damage goes into Pavel's face.
Now, if Sooni whiffs here, maybe Pavel has a chance. But Sooni doesn't really whiff. That's still something to play.
The Meteor is still just great, right?
Yeah.
Firelands Portal next turn is lethal.
There is no armor in hand.
Okay, well, Firelands...
Pavel is playing Armageddon in his deck. But Sooni is looking like he's going to take
this
it
is
down.
important. The ping means that Pavel armoring up with his hero power means that Firelands Portal is still lethal. If Sooni doesn't ping, then Spreading Plague hero power actually protects Pavel. He's done the ping. Pavel currently has no way out of this. That's not going to do it. Sooni is going to take the tournament.
And as you can tell, that's a popular result here in Korea. And I think we just let the crowd tell the story next turn.
Pavel really not wanting to end his turn here. He knows what's coming. He knows what that ping meant. He knows he's got no way out of it.
Is there any point? He plays around Frostbolt if he armors up, but can he then win the game? That's what he's thinking. What the crowd is thinking is, hurry up, end it. Let's cheer.
Congratulations to Sooni, the champion of G-Star 2017, Hearthstone, Korea versus the world. We know what happens now. The crowd already sadly starting to disperse, but oh my God.